I would like to present you next the speaker, Dr. Michael Chai. He is the former Minister of Defense of Taiwan, and now he's a professor of Taiwan United Nations Alliance. Please.
With the permission of the Chairman, Master Chong, I prefer to stand here instead of sitting there. Doing this, you can see my face better. I can see your smiling face better too. Although I haven't served in the Taiwan's national defense, actually I'm not a professional soldier. I'm the civilian. Actually, I'm the professional lawyers, having practiced law in California and New York for several years before I returned to Taiwan almost 30 years ago. Just like my elder brother, the Professor Pierre Chang. I'd like to show the profound respect and appreciation to the Madame Lu. With her energy and the capability, can organize such kind of tremendous, amazing international conference. Thank you. Actually, if you Madame Lu don't mind, actually, she was and she is still the freedom fighter herself. She has been fighting for the democracy, human rights for Taiwan, and become a political prisoner for how many years? 5 or 6 years. If I chance, I would propose to the Nobel Peace Prize Committee for the nomination for the Peace Prize. She's a tremendous friend. Yes, about 14 years ago, when I was serving at the National Defense in Taiwan, MND, Minister of National Defense, we published a National Defense report. In one of the chapters, we are talking about MCBM, Military Confidence Building Mechanism, the MCBM. Before they published this National Defense report, I, along with some of the General Admiral, I led a delegation to the Pentagon, United States, Washington, D.C. And in one of the meetings with the ranking officer from Pentagon and the State Department, as well as from the White House and the friends, we come together. I present them the MCBM idea. The purpose of this MCBM, because at the time, DPP government, the President Chen Shui-bian, he instructed my department, MND, the Minister of National Defense, to find a way and mean to ensure the peace and security across in the Taiwan Strait, because we are facing the gigantic, intimidating aggression or threat, military threat from China, our big neighbor brothers. So that President Chen at the time asked the MND and asked the, I was responsible for find a way and mean to find the way and mean short-term, mid-term, and the long range, how we can deal with policy. The reaction from the American friends is they won't say they agree or disagree, but they are smiling. They are see what we are going to do. That was 2005, almost 14 years ago. Last March, I was invited to attend an international conference on the international neutrality. And this gentleman, Professor Herbert Rijibodian, he's a good organizer. I presented a paper entitled "A Proposal for Taiwan's Armed Neutrality Across the Taiwan Strait and its impact on the regional security in the Asian Pacific area." Thank you, Herbert. You allow me to quote and to use part of my paper presented almost 6 months ago. Today, I'm going to share with you the title is Armed Neutrality Crossing the Taiwan Strait, and my personal proposal for your reference as well. Why is it important for the armed neutrality across the Taiwan Strait? Why is it so important for Taiwan national security? Why Taiwan's matter to maintain the peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait and South China Sea and go beyond? Let me start from about the historical retrospect about the neutrality across the Taiwan Strait. In 1895, almost 120 years ago, the China's Manchu dynasty ceded Taiwan to Japan after the Sino-Japanese War in the 1895. After Japan took over Taiwan in the 1894, Japan's Imperial Navy force immediately announced neutrality across the Taiwan Strait in order to prevent, at that time, Germany or French Navy interfered the Japanese control and took over Taiwan, tried to maintain military neutrality across Taiwan Strait. And Japan succeeded. Japan took over and controlled Taiwan for the next 50 years until 1945, the end of World War II. And Chiang Kai-shek came to Taiwan and announced the martial law of entire Taiwan. And this is the real one I just mentioned earlier. Madam Lu, myself, with the law students at one of the leading university here. We are freedom fighter, working hard and seeking for the freedom, democracy, and respect for human rights. On 1950, June 27, North Korea troops invade South Korea, Republic of Korea. 2 days after, U.S. President then, Harry Truman, sent the U.S. troops to defend South Korea. Is that correct? All the same time, President Harry Truman dispatched 7th Fleet come to the Taiwan Strait in order to prevent Communist China expand the Korea War crisis into Taiwan Strait and took over Taiwan. A month after, President Harry Truman speech at the U.S. Congress, he stated, quote, U.S. such action to dispatch 7th Fleet to Taiwan Strait is trying to prevent China, Communist China, expanding the Korean War crisis into the Taiwan Strait. And such action is to make Taiwan Strait military neutralized. Crossing the Taiwan Strait between Taiwan and China. Thus, two cases, Manchu Dynasty and President Harry Truman, they make two cases. So we are seeking for armed neutrality across the Taiwan Strait. Not the first time. I'm not inventing that idea. Furthermore, 1954, United States and the Chiang Kai-shek government on Taiwan signed the bilateral mutual defense treaty. Right after that, oh, that's fast. Okay, I'm gonna cut short. At the time, 1954, after the bilateral defense treaty was signed between the U.S. and Taiwan, and then Pacific Commander Admiral David then announced and assert a line across Taiwan Strait from north southbound. You can see that the pictures. China and Taiwan. There's a middle line, and the Admiral Davis asked the Chiang Kai-shek army, jet fighter, and the Navy apparatus, ships should not cross the middle line into the other side of China. And also, Admiral Davis asking China to comply with middle line, not to cross over the middle line into the Taiwan side. And this kind of, I would say, military neutralization made effective for the last half century, since 1954 until 2 years ago, 2017, when the China jet fighter crossed the middle line and come to our backyard. So the PLA, People Liberation Army, their Navy ships invade, cross over the middle line and come to the east side of Taiwan. We don't like it. To us, it is China's intimidated aggression against Taiwan, against peace and stability, not only in Taiwan, but also in South China Sea and go beyond. This is history. Therefore, I'd like to let you know why the reason China seeking for the armed neutrality across the strait now. Because 3 reasons. The one, we want to tell China and all the parties in this area, we are militarily neutralized area on Cross-Town Strait. We are not going to attack or intimidate against any party, including China. So that would serve as an active preventive defense, APD, active preventive defense. With this neutrality across Taiwan Strait, we will tell China. TLA said, look, for the intended purpose, there should be no misjudgment or miscalculation. Make the Taiwan Strait become unstable. APD. The second, with this military neutralization across the Taiwan Strait, we are seeking for the regional security cooperation among the nations in this area, including United States, Japan, Philippines, even Vietnam, Malaysia, Australia. Because those nations, they are jet fighter, commercial airliner, even their ship, commercial ship, oil tanker, they come through the Taiwan Strait. We can work together, discussing about the course and conduct of free navigation according to the international law. That we are the international law students. And third, with this military neutralization across Taiwan Strait and go beyond, including South China Sea, we can work together with a regional security cooperation in this area, i.e., we can work together about anti-terrorism, anti-piracy, what a humanitarian relief program together, including China if they like to. So this is the reason why we are seeking military neutralization in this area. In conclusion, give me a couple of minutes, I will make suggestions, and then no more time? All right, I keep my mouth shut now. And then I thought I have a few suggestions and recommendations for this idea. And then we can talk a little bit on the Q&A. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Michael Tai. I really appreciate your